boys and girls, Mrs. Price here again with my dog Nova. She really enjoyed being here to read Charlie the Ranch Dog to you the other night, so she asked if she could come back tonight and help us read Some Dog, her choice. Story by Mary Casanova, pictures by Hoyt. George had a good life. When the woman read the newspaper, George had a place to rest his weary head. When the man chopped wood, George studied 1,000 cents on the wind. And when they went fishing, George, who couldn't swim, rode in the middle, steady and still. "You're some dog," said the woman. "Some dog," said the man. "You're some dog, Nova." But the day another dog arrived, everything changed. "He must be a stray," said the woman. "Looks like he's here to stay," said the man. "Wah-roo-roo," said George. "Wah-roo-roo-roo-roo." Like a jackrabbit, the stray leaped back and forth. "Yeah, yippity-yippity, yeep-yeep-yeep." Then he zipped around the room 3 times. "Yeah, yippity-yappity, yeep-yeep-yeep." "What a lively dog," said the woman. "Let's call him Zippity," said the man. Now when the newspaper arrived, Zippity snatched it, flew over the couch, and dropped it at the woman's feet. Good dog! When the man chopped wood, Zippity backflipped and caught sticks in midair. Amazing! When the man and the woman biked to the corner store, Zippity ran ahead with the grocery list. By the time they arrived, the shop owner had the groceries packed up and ready to go. What a dog! And when they all went fishing, Zippity jumped from George's back from lap to lap until he dove, caught a fish, and swam to shore. That Zippity is some dog. Yeah, yippity yappity yeep beep beep. That night at dinner, George was too tired to beg for food. At bedtime, he was exhausted, but Zippity snored. Seep, 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 in his sleep. Nova snores too. One day, George smelled rain on the wind. Before long, thunder grumbled. It boom, boom, clanged and rumbled. George didn't mind. But with each clap of thunder, Zippity raced in crazy circles. He plinked, he chewed, he dashed, and crashed until finally, out! Rain pounded down, wind shook the treetops. Then, boom-a-crack-clang, Zippity was gone. He'll get lost. It's a terrible storm. But George thumped his tail. At last he'd have his bed all to himself. "George," begged the woman, "go find Zippity." George stretched and groaned. "Come on, George," the man pleaded. "Here, George," the woman said, "smell this." George studied Zippity's blanket. If there was one thing George could do, it was follow a smell. Nova has a really good nose too. Through whipping wind and needle rain, George led the way. Nose to the ground he sniffed and whiffed, snorted and twitched. He smelled 1,000 scents, but followed only one. Past a farmhouse in shambles, a clothesline, and thorny brambles, George tracked the scent. When the man and woman turned back, George pressed on, following his nose. Up steep steps and down he went, to the top of a seesaw, to the ground again. Along a slippery rail, over a rotted pine, down along the valley through the swampy, murky mire, George kept going until his nose led him to a shivery, shaking, wet, and quaking Zippity! Stuck in the thick, oozy muck, Zippity whimpered, Zippity whined. He twisted and turned, he wriggled and churned, but the harder he tried to reach the bank, the deeper and deeper and deeper he sank. "Wah-roo-roo-roo," George cried. "Wah-roo-roo-roo." Poor Zippity stuck down there. What do you think's gonna happen to Zippity, Nova? Are you concerned? She's very concerned. Then George stretched himself across a log. He grabbed Zippity's collar and held fast. Slow and steady, steady and slow, George tugged and pulled and pulled and tugged until... out Zippity popped. Yeah, yippity yappity yeep beep beep. Yay! The dogs touched noses. Then George led the way. He sniffed and whiffed, snorted and twitched, following the trail through the swampy, murky mire, over a rotted pine, down a slippery slide until... "It's Zippity!" they cried. "You found him! Oh, George, you're some dog," said the man. "Our dog," said the woman. From that day on, George and Zippity got along just fine. George always had a place to rest his weary head. Every day he studied 1,000 scents on the wind. And when they all went fishing, George rode in the middle, steady and still. And most nights, George didn't mind sharing. Zeep, 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 even in his sleep. The end. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you're doing well, and stay tuned for more stories. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.